is up? This is In My Circle with Ralph. How's everybody? It's been a while, I know. It's been a while. But I got you a great interview tonight. Good friend of mine. She has been a part of my station. You know, she grew up with the station. And she's been here longer than basically me.
That's a good way to promote it.
Yeah, I mean, she's
even though I'm younger. How's that work?
Well, I mean, I've been a part of the station. We've been doing shows for a good part of about 10 years.
Yeah,
right. Time
just
flies.
about exactly.
But
when you're having fun.
You have been here. You've been here since you said 3.
I've been here doing my show in general since I was 18.
I'm talking about with the station completely.
Oh, growing up with it, yes, since I was born. 100%.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the wonderful Dani Perro from the Dani Perro Show or Dani Show.
The Dani Perro Show, yeah.
Dani Perro Show.
Perfect.
And she has about probably 500 shows or more under her belt. She's probably interviewed people from Nickelodeon, different types of, music guests, actors. I mean, she is
models, entrepreneurs.
I mean, she's done
magicians.
She's done everything. And it's an honor to have her, just chat. She's booked in all the way till the middle of next year. And I mean, just to get her on, it could have been. I thought it was going to be hard, but I
got you.
We got her
We're
on.
Good. Christopher booked it.
Yes, we had our wonderful manager book it. Dani, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. I want to say that, it's nice to actually get an opportunity to finally be interviewed. I always am the person that's behind the mic interviewing everyone else. So I appreciate the time that you gave me today.
Well, I appreciate you. I know you're busy bee doing your, you do interviews almost like every 2-3 days?
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Every week.
Every week.
But we obviously always book prior beforehand.
Yes. But you do, you do a lot of other things. You do modeling. So you do a lot of traveling, basically.
I get an opportunity to travel sometimes with my job. I also work for an eye doctor.
Nice.
Full-time job.
Nice.
So on the side of that, when I get an opportunity for anything modeling, like I recently just did the Bella Levy Blue Ribbon Foundation. That was in Maryland of last year. I got crowned champion of humanity against human trafficking.
Nice.
So we helped raise money for that type of thing. It's just an amazing opportunity to get a chance to model again. I really don't get a chance to as much, and it's so much fun when you just get a chance to just try on different clothes from designers and showcase their amazing materials and articles of clothing that they have and share it with the world.
No, and you also do it. You did it for a great cause as well. So that's amazing. And just so the viewers can see, where can they see your shows? Where can they catch you live?
So I'm live every Tuesday on Facebook as well with YouTube sometimes when we're in studio. But it's on the Dani Perro Show on Facebook. And we also do actually have our own group that we made on Facebook. It's called the Dani Perro Show. So anytime you guys want to take a look at previous shows or guests, sometimes it's hard to see on Facebook because there's so many posts. So we have our own page, so you get the opportunity to just collaborate with other artists. We also like to give the opportunity for anyone that's a part of the group to reach out if there's somebody that they like on my show prior, like yourself. You'd be like, hey, I would like to have Rita Pamplin. She was an amazing person that has a story about deer cancer, and she was cured for bladder cancer. So it's different people that have just amazing stories to share with the world that you never knew or heard about. And some of them are so much tearjerkers too, you have no idea.
No, that's great that you have a group and you bring all these amazing people together. I might have to join.
I don't know. I hope you joined. I think you're already in it. But if not, in general, we try to post all the shows on there when they're live. And like I said, they get lost on Facebook sometimes. So it's the opportunity that you get a chance to share that. I also try to give Ruben the opportunity to share Cinecon in there as well with Hamilton Radio posts because we all grow together. And I feel like if we're a family and we work together, we can all build and manifest what we want. And everybody sometimes likes to work against everyone. And I'm like, I don't understand that because we all started from the beginning. Why are we working down? Why are we going down when we should just go up?
Listen, when a community works together. I mean, that's what I call. We have a radio community. It's not the biggest, but
It's successful
it's a successful
and positive.
family. Like, and we're all like we're always, trying to boost each other up. I mean,
Of course.
it's one of the best communities. That's why we've been here so long. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
it's like it feels like it's a family.
And I think the best part is when it's one of your favorite jobs to do. I love getting a chance, obviously after work, stressful enough, but getting the opportunity to just go home, get ready for my show, or get an idea of that week, or even at work. Sometimes I'll read my bio of the guest and I'll be like, I'm so encouraged and excited to get the opportunity to interview this person. I also do schedule my posts in advance because obviously a busy life.
Correct.
Prior. So I think we have our posts scheduled on Facebook up till middle of June, mid-July. So they're
Nice.
posted every Saturday, 10:30 in the morning for Tuesday. To
Nice.
promote the guest on
That's-
Tuesday.
No, that is pretty.
So we always ask for a biography for the guest, and we always ask for a promotional picture as opposed to what they want to be on the website or on any promo for Instagram,
because,
Facebook.
that covers you and the guest, because the worst thing somebody can say is, "Oh, this is a certain name, whatever," and you could botch the name, or they could botch. Like that's the best way to to communicate, because you never want to botch nobody's name.
Of course.
I don't think you've botched anybody's name. I'm just saying.
I've said
it's
names
good to always
before
be-
that's not correct, and they kind of correct me on air. But I mean, mistakes happen. I'm not a robot.
happens.
So I nobody's perfect, and
absolutely.
I'd rather have a mistake happen to show that I'm real than scripted.
I mean, and that's the one. We have not mentioned this, but this show is unscripted.
Oh my God, 100% is it unscripted?
We are unscripted. We don't have any notes. We don't have any pens. We're just, bouncing back. We were just talking before we went live, and like we could. Oh, now we have a pen, but we don't have paper. It's not like we need not like we need it, but we don't.
He's gonna throw paper next. Be
He might
careful.
he might ball it up and throw it at us. But what's so intriguing about you is that I remember when you had started your shows, and now like you've automatically like you catapulted, like you're booked until next year, and I'm like, that is amazing. I mean, that means you got amazing people behind you. Your team is it's hard to get booked like that. I mean, I'm a DJ and I've been DJing for 20 years, and I don't my work life is a little bit more demanding.
Of course.
So
Well, you're also busy. You've been doing a lot of things, and your kids.
yes, I have kids. I do a lot of things. I'm into politics now, so I'm kind of,
You're dabbling in and out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of, but you to be booked till next year is amazing. That's a blessing. You got to be proud of yourself doing that.
I feel bad sometimes because we get the opportunity where somebody wants to be on the show sooner, and we'll be like, we wish we could move people around. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. I know Chris doesn't like to do that as much because it's not really professional.
Correct.
And it's not fair that we've done that with a couple of guests previously that are so incredible to work with. And sometimes when I have a guest previously that was on my show, like last week, I had the incredible Chris Golis, and he is from Asbury Ale House. He's actually the owner, and he's his own amazing musician in Asbury Park as well in Brick, New Jersey. And I was like, when you create that new album, you're back on the show. Contact us immediately. So if it was that type of case where somebody was like, I created that album, I'm ready. Well, then, sometimes they get a little leeway,
it's a
more
diff-
higher
yeah,
step
it's a different
to be
story.
back on the show.
Correct.
So
Like
we do different things for different people.
No, listen, every, you're booked, but, certain like, if like big stars, like, listen, I want to be on your show. You're like, yeah, can we, you're going to move, those big.
We do try to move mountains. The highest person that I feel like the most successful person in my life right now that I had was Dr. Michelle Jorgensen. I know that she is an amazing dentist in the industry, but we talked about, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to it as well, but we had talked about prior that she actually had poisoning through, not fluoride, it was a poisoning through mercury. And it actually was affecting her more than anything when she was working as a dentist because she was obviously drilling out of people's teeth, and mercury is more painful than you think. It could affect you anywhere, anytime. So she turned more homeopathic, and we talked about all of her products and different lines and things that she's working on and helping create like gum disease and try to stay away from cavity type of thing. And the most incredible, amazing, inspirational show I had was Dr. Michelle Jorgensen. And to this day, I'm going to live by her products because Dr. Michelle, Living Well with Dr. Michelle is her website. Her tooth powder is incredible, helps with teeth whitening if you need that type of thing. And I mean, it's not a toothpaste, so people don't like powder in their mouth. I understand that. But the benefit you can get from it as opposed to anything on the shelves at the store, fluoride-wise, there's no fluoride in it. It has hydroxyapatite, which is actually an incredible mineral that helps build your enamel. That's not in any of the stuff out.
That's pretty good.
And it helps build your enamel as opposed to you not getting that many cavities later down the line.
So, a question: does fluoride break down your teeth? You know, is it
100%. If it's not supposed to be in your body at the first place, why is it in our water?
correct?
And that's the first thing that she said on my show, and I was just mind blown after that.
Right. As soon as somebody says, "Like, wait a minute," yes.
And it's not supposed to be in the first place. Why is it in all these products? Why is it approved? You know? So, I mean, everybody has their own conspiracies, what they believe and everything. And I'm not pushing anyone to not use the products, but I recommend using them because it's homeopathic, it's healthier, it's safer. And she made all of them for her kids when she had issues going on.
Listen, I'm gonna have to look into that.
I will send you her information after the show.
I
love promoting her because she's such a good friend.
The last 4 weeks, once a week, I visited the dentist.
It's so expensive.
Not only that, it's painful. Like, I literally still feel the remnants, like, for a whole month.
Was it a cavity?
Cavities, cleanings. It was just like...
Okay, because I had a root canal and I got yelled at for it because you should never do a root canal.
My insurance was, like, going to be... I got terminated. And so my dentist was like, we're going to set you up before your insurance is gone. Because
it pays for it.
So you at least get that coverage. I didn't know it was going to be all in 1 month. So every week I took a day,
my gosh.
left work early. Like, oh my God, my pain was, I was either numb here 1 week, numb here this week, and like it was just like.
Yeah, well, cleaning shouldn't hurt that much, but.
Well, I mean.
It depends who does it. They're rough, then yeah.
Well, yeah, this since we're on it, I'm just gonna mention it. I mentioned this to my wife. And I said, this cute girl comes out, and I said, oh, she's cute. And all of a sudden she goes like this won't hurt. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to hurt. And after that, I didn't think she was cute after that.
My goodness, that sounds terrible. That's like a horror movie happening.
Right? It was like she sold me on the looks. And then when she pulled that needle, I was like, no.
No, because they have to numb it.
I was crying inside, but I was trying to be like,
I'm brave, strong man.
Let's do this. I'm strong man. Like, as a pretty girl, like, what do you I'm like, oh, no. Really deep inside, I was like, no. And it was.
Things happen. Yeah. But yeah, you can look into the products. It's probably amazing for your kids and Linda. I would recommend it if you want to look into it. It's not that expensive either. So
you see the things.
Sorry, I just promote things. That's just what I do.
The things we talk about, like it was.
He's like, I didn't think we were going to talk about the dentist today, but okay.
Listen, it's relatable stuff. I mean, I literally, if you told me a year ago that I'd be seeing a dentist for a month, I would not believe you. And yeah, it
would feel like it's a joke.
Yeah, and now I am now constantly picking at my teeth, going in the bathroom,
flossing, making sure everything's
rinsing my mouth out. But it's now I'm obsessed. Like I got this. If I have something stuck here or something, I'm like, now I gotta get it.
Did
out.
You feel it? Yeah. When you have popcorn, immediately too.
I mean, it's weird. It's weird. The stuff the trauma you go through. And I'm not saying I'm not encouraging anybody to go through any trauma. I'm just saying the trauma you go through to get you that. Oh, now I'm going to start being extra care with my teeth. So
you learn definitely about all that, and other people. I mean, even working at an eye doctor, you wouldn't think it's so important to get your eyes exam done every year, but you need it.
I don't want nobody thinking I don't brush my teeth. It's just you can brush your teeth. You can still get.
Christopher brushes his teeth 10,000 times a day, and he has perfect pearly whites.
Well, I don't have perfect pearly whites, but I brush them every day, an extra still end up with a couple calories as it happens.
Of course. And sometimes that's going to happen in general because sometimes we can't get to that points of the teeth where we
So
can't.
here we get into my questioning.
What's your question?
So when you mentioned you go home and you get ready for your for your shows.
Yes.
What are the process? Is it a process? How do you get into the mode to get into to interview somebody?
Yeah, so normally the process as best to just prepare for myself. Now, is this in studio or is this at home versus which one? Because it's different both ways.
You know how let's say a baseball player, a pitcher, he's got a routine. He's got a methodical routine. Like he'll go home, the night before he'll eat. He'll eat a certain fruit or something. 2-3 bananas.
I don't have anything like that,
but you know what I'm saying. Just
yeah. So I mean,
preparation.
obviously, I like to have if I can have a meal or something beforehand. That's obviously better. So I have more brain food to help with the interview. Drink water. Brush my teeth before the interview. And then sometimes if it's on video, we'll say like we're doing it through StreamYard at home. I'll get ready for it. We get the StreamYard link set up normally 5:45. We send it to Christopher. Christopher sends it to our guests around 6:15. Shows doesn't start till 6:30, so we have time to prepare. Then technically I'm making sure mic check, everything is good on our end. People can hear us. I have a little kind of phone mount at home. It's kind of a pink bunny that I keep my cell phone on. And I'll bring up the biography of my guest. I'll reread it before I have them on the show. And then sometimes I like to talk off air just to get to know them a little bit better before on the show.
Yeah.
Just because more natural.
Yeah, you want to.
I want to like connect with them,
Yeah,
and then the
you
fun
wanna-
part is like I mentioned it on the show off air. We were talking about blah blah blah, and they're like, and that was so nice, and they enjoyed the experience and chatting with me. Now it's crazy because sometimes an hour flies by so quick, and I hate saying goodbye to my guests, and it kills me because there's always a show after me, you or Sue Bloom or anyone like that, and I want to give the opportunity for them to get everything that they wanted to promote out. So I will just say if there's like any last minute, questions that they had, or give out your social media where people can find you, give out your music where people can find you. Are you on Spotify? Different things like that. So pertaining to each guest because everyone's different. And then get ready to close the show and say, come back for the next show every Tuesday from 6:30 to 7:30.
My preparations sometimes when I have a guest, it depends on I've done different interviews, and depending on what kind of interview, I'll just go and watch a random interview.
Okay.
Just not to get pointers, but to start a preparation. So like you said, everybody's different.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
I like to research the guests prior too.
I also do that.
And if they were on anything that specific, or them from TV or anything, then obviously I will be like, oh my God, I remember seeing you on Gilmore Girls or something like that.
One guest that we had on, just because you mentioned read the research. One guest we had, it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. We had Stone Cold Steve Austin call in.
Okay.
And
you were on this show too?
I was in
or
the
you were prior. Oh, okay,
I was in the background.
Got you. I remember my father talking about that.
Ruben was like, hey, I got some people that want to ask the question. And I remembered that he was punked by Ashton Kutcher.
Yes.
And I was like, what was your feeling? He was like, man, it's crazy you asked me. I remember like, at first I thought he was real. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't add up. So it was great.
It's like a mind-boggling moment at the same time.
It was amazing that I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking.
But he like remembers this too, right? So that's probably like starstruck moment where you're like, you actually responded to what I wanted to know for years.
Well, I mean, I wasn't starstruck. I was just like having an out-of-body experience, and I'm actually asking him. It's like, wait a minute, I wasn't planning to this today. And all of a sudden it was just like,
that's incredible.
Ruben called me. He's like,
you lucid dreaming?
Come over. What are you doing right now? I'm like, I'm home doing nothing. I got to get in the shower. And he goes, oh, I'm going to have Stone Cold Steve Austin call in. You want to come over? I'm like, yeah, I'll be right there.
Yeah. Screw the shower now.
Well, I showered, but it was a good. So no, it's great that you talk about researching your prep. It's everybody has it's amazing. Like I'm just still in all that you are booked. Congrats till like all the way till next year, middle of the year.
It just depends on what you want for your show. You just have to see a future with it. Mm-hmm. You have to see a future with it. You also have to feel like thinking about the show, not say necessarily breathing about the show, but thinking about it and manifesting what you think is next, who you want your guests to be, who you think is best to be on your show, who can help your show grow, who can help you promote to your show. So those are like all the mentality that you need to have in your show. And from there, kind of just comes with that.
Listen,
that's the honest Smith truth.
That is, listen, if you're for all the viewers, I mean, she's giving you the tools, the techniques. If you want to have your own show or you want to interview people, I mean, I'm actually learning from her right now. I gotta get myself. It was just telling me I gotta get myself a manager.
Well, within time, but help grow your show first for yourself. What you want to do. Obviously, you want to build your YouTube.
I need a manager for DJ and
Okay.
for all
Different things like that.
Yeah. It's,
Like different specialities that you have, a lot of like occupation type of thing. It's like overwhelming.
no, it's just just for my entertainment, I should get a manager. So that's
And that can help boost you and bring you to your next step, but you also want the best for your show. So if you see your show growing and you want to stick with YouTube, then you obviously want to promote more YouTube. You also do want to look into, depending on whoever your guest is, you might want to look into making a reel for it, promotion.
absolutely.
You might want to boost it a little bit, kind of see where it goes, not do too much, but just see as best as what you could put out there to have it come back. And just grow, let it grow naturally, organically. From there, it will. But you're just getting the kind of the stepping stone,
Yeah. I mean, it'll take time for me, obviously, to get, but obviously,
have faith in your show. What you think you could do next?
I'm okay right now because I got so much going on at home. Like it's not just home.
This is also more of like a fun distraction for yourself, but something where you
my vice away from home.
Correct. But this is also something where you see more, I'm sure, a lot more exposure and a lot of different things can happen. And you could go many different ways. I mean, you have a press pass, right? You have a press pass from Ruben?
I don't actually have a press pass with him.
Okay.
But I have.
You should get one.
Because
you need one to say the name of your show.
I've never even thought about,
You need one to say the name of your show, and then with Hamilton Radio, obviously. And then when you go to games and stuff, you can contact the people. And you could be like, hey, I got a press pass. Can I meet this person? Or Ruben can even point you in the right direction
I have a
for
press
that.
pass.
Yeah. But I mean, one with Hamilton Radio.
I don't have a.
Because you want one to mention what your show is so they see that you're legit.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah. That's what I asked.
I have one. I don't have. I thought a press
package?
Package, yeah.
Oh, no. Not that yet. No, a press pass. That's what I'm saying for using, because you like sports, right?
Yeah.
So you could use it when you go to games and stuff.
I tried. It didn't get me anywhere yet.
Ask Ruben for pointers. He'll point you in the right direction.
Well, I was more into the game, so.
Yeah, but I mean deeper into the game. If you want to interview one of the players.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna use it this year. I'm definitely using it this year. I'm going back to Atlanta, so I'm gonna.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna try it in Atlanta again.
Yeah. So just see what you can do with it, kind of, or do research beforehand. And you know what? Eventually, it takes a long time to get to the person that you want. But as long as you believe and you deal with a lot of managers that are nice and caring and sweet, they'll give you the right person. Like in terms of whoever you want on the show, if it's somebody you're booking.
Yeah.
Because it's always like 500 people before you get to the real person.
Well, also I got to point this out. You're also a great people person. You have great conversations with people. You listen, you answer, and I've watched a lot of your interviews, and you're just you communicate great. I'm not picking on myself. I'm just saying she's great. You have a lot of great interviews. And so here's another question. What's one of your best interviews?
I knew you were going to mention this, and I was going over this at home with my father and my mom.
You knew
I might have to say top 5 because I've had so many shows, and it's not fair to block different people out.
When somebody says, who's your favorite baseball player, I'm like, I'm going to give you my top 5. So, of course, go ahead.
Just everybody I had on my show are just so amazing and just incredible, and I can't give the opportunity to anyone that wasn't as amazing as the other person. So, number 1, Bobby Rydell.
Nice.
If you know who that is.
I've heard of
Wonderful musician. Fortunately, he passed 2 years ago. Most incredible musician in the 60s, I believe. Ruben, 60s. Bobby Rydell, 60s. Okay. I just said that.
I remember. I remember seeing the post.
The video.
Yeah.
I think we did it at home in my dad's studio, like in his basement.
I've seen stuff about. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
remember.
he was an incredible person to have. I think even the opportunity just getting him to talk to us and even communicating with him and his wife. He even mentioned when I was with Chris in the beginning, we could meet them and get like dinner with them. And I'm like, what? That's incredible.
Isn't it a humbling experience? It's just
It's like mind blowing
like,
because I'm
right?
like, I can't, it's hard to put two and two together, but then also understanding the industry field I'm in, it's like, okay, I have to accept this literally because this just keeps happening. So that's definitely my number one. I do have to say Justin Guarini, American Idol. Obviously, he was almost one of the winners with Kelly Clarkson on season 1. He had taken over my show prior when we had technical difficulties due to Ruben because he was playing with the screen and he turned us off. And I just remember if you watch the show also on, I think it's on Roku, but it's also on Facebook as well, the Dani Perro Show. You can just watch it. The show was called the DJ Dani Show back in the day. We changed the name last year. And since we went off air with my sister, because she was my co-host at that time, all I could remember is him saying, DJ Dani, where did you go? I guess I'm taking over your show right now. See, Ruben is laughing because he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
See, those are the moments that you.
And I'm like,
you remember.
oh my God, like he's taking over my show right now. Like I'll give this the opportunity because you're shouting out my name. You're talking about me like I'm an incredible person. And it's just like incredible to me. I just know a lot of musicians, just being a type of musician and you know who they are, whether they're an actress or a model or anyone in the industry, they do so much and you never know that until you actually get the chance to meet them or talk to them face to face. Okay, number 3, my good friend Kendra Erica. She's also an amazing musician in the world. She's more pop music. She's very wide awake with the world. Not conspiracy too much, but more of like telling it as it is, political part. She's one of my great friends because she will tell you straight up if there's anything going on that's concerning or just giving you a heads up about different things in the industry. And she has amazing music that's still coming out to this day. So she's one of my great friends and I love her for that. Dr. Michelle Jorgensen, as I mentioned her, she was an incredible interview because it was so informational. And I've had different professors that I didn't even know that were musicians on my show, and they teach me a lesson on my show.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm just going to let you talk, and I'll sit back and listen, because sometimes that's how it goes when you're, a radio show host. My 5th person, I'm just going to name somebody from Disney Channel. We'll say Bill Chott from Wizards Waverly Place. Mr. Larry Tate. I'm sure you've seen Wizards Waverly Place.
Yes.
The principal. He was an incredible interview because he was down to earth. He was real. He made me laugh. He made me feel like I was a person that was just easy to communicate and connect with. And sometimes with that opportunity, whoever you get a chance to talk to, I mean, the time flies by, but you just enjoy the opportunity of who you're talking to.
Absolutely.
And making memories, because it'll come up on Facebook a year prior and they'll share it or you'll share it. You'll be like, do you remember this time? And it's like a throwback kind of moment.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. I can relate. I could.
What are your top
My tops. Oof,
that you had on your show? Your turn.
one was
I'm talking too much.
Santiago, councilman. He ran for council, and he just, he came in and just, was one of the most relaxed, sincere interviews.
Okay.
It was an amazing interview. It was just, so chill and wholesome. It was just like, he was a politician,
Okay.
but he was more about historical, giving you a history lesson.
Okay. That's like you're being taught something. That's
and
exciting.
I was learning from him. Very inspirational. I mean, very. We and him made history together, not once, twice, but 3 times.
That's incredible.
So that's definitely one of my top interviews. One of the interviews when I had Billy Butcher, a rapper named Wes, and somebody else. I think if I'm not mistaken, and like we were in the small little spot.
Mm-hmm. First studio barn. Okay.
And that, the mics were the stuff that was like they threw out there. It was just the mics were like almost on fire. It was just something you could just remember. It was just off. It was not scripted. It was just like, oh my God. It was,
Like off the chain.
It was just insane.
Was it freestyle?
Freestyle rap. And it was just like,
Sometimes that's the best.
local guys, cool local guys, and we've done multiple. We had diverse character on here that he was able to he bought a house, moved out. He's got his own, he's got a record that that he sold on YouTube, whatever. He was featured on MTV or something.
Okay.
So it was
That's incredible.
See,
when they get that type of opportunity, like you get a chance to interview that person, it's like,
yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I interviewed a Lego Master from season 1, and he came to this building before the show commenced, and it was just a wholesome, just chill. We just talked about Lego.
The fun also thing I want to say is when you get the opportunity to have somebody come to the studio, whether it's a musician or they travel, we also like to offer dinner afterwards if they're okay with that, because I'd like to get to know them more than that.
Well, he took me out. He took me out to dinner. He was
See,
like,
but that's what I'm saying.
I was like, no, you don't have to buy it. He's like, no, I got it. He was like, you interviewed me, and I'm like,
if it comes like that, that means that's their thank you to you for that opportunity.
And we're still good friends. I met him at a show, and we're still good. We're still good friends. I seen him like a month ago, and he calls me randomly, and I'm like, I gotta let you go. A Lego Masters. They're like, what? So like, they don't know that I'm
but it's
friends
also a lot of the conventions you go to. If you actually take the time to go to like Monster Mania convention in Cherry Hill, I think it's DoubleTree Hotel, and then Parsippany.
Interviews right there, like
immediately. Or you just get to know the person and then give them your card or have them scan your QR code, the manager, and they'll contact you prior for the interview, depending on whoever you want.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard depending on who the person is, but sometimes they can give it to you straight up. Like, different people that you can have on the show is pretty exciting. I mean,
yeah, right.
I had gotten a chance to have Roger Bumpus voice is Squidward.
I have
on SpongeBob.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I had to make sure you heard what the heck I said, Ralph.
I was like, wait a minute.
He didn't care, and I was shocked.
No. You mentally like blew. I was like, wait, what? Say?
Yeah, I had him on my show.
That's pretty cool.
And the most amazing opportunity was I made him talk like Squidward because why not?
Right.
And he is just such a sweetheart. And you can meet him at different conventions and stuff they have going on. They live for that stuff.
Oh,
John St. John is Duke Nukem in one of the video games. He's a good friend of mine.
Oh, he's the one that says I'm out of bubble.
Oh, okay, you know him. He's a good friend of mine.
I'm pissed off or something.
He's a good friend of mine. I can actually send him over to you for an interview if you'd like.
Oh my god. He would probably like, Danny, don't ever.
He is such a sweetheart. You have no idea. He really.
I'm all out of bubble gum. Like. It's
a video game character, right? But these are.
Well, people know Duke Nukem, the favorite lines.
I feel like as soon as I mentioned that to you, your eyes like. He's like, wait, what? Nostalgia. Yeah, like he's a good friend of mine, so I could just contact him and like be like, hey, can you be on his show?
Yeah, we should do it. I have an idea.
Okay.
I'll talk to you after the show.
Okay.
I have an idea. I may have stepped into some stuff. So I'm gonna let you know about it.
This is gonna be after the show.
Yeah.
Okay, because he's like super excited. He doesn't want to mention it on air, and I don't know what any of this means. But
well, it has to do with tapping into like audiences from Europe.
Okay.
Out there, like just try to get more audiences from
out
there. Yeah.
It also depends on the musicians you get on the show all around the world. Actors, artists.
Try to get an actor or actresses. If you Try to think outside the box and stuff,
honestly, if you get the opportunity to just have time to watch TV or something on streaming network, look at IMDb. Look who's in that show. Look, because you never know something.
See, this is why we do this, because the same thought I'm thinking. You're telling like.
Well, I'll tell you straight up. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to scout your guests.
Yeah.
And scouting isn't bad. I used to do it when I was on TikTok. I had many musicians from TikTok for scouting. I would just go on, see whoever's viral. If they sound incredible, they actually seem like they want to pursue something as opposed to just views and likes, and they sound great, I would have Chris contact them. I would contact them and say, hey, who do I contact? You get me on a show, and then they would, contact me or message me separately, and then I'd have Chris handle it.
Well, that's.
Trust me, there were like thousands of messages on Instagram and Facebook that he had to handle, and he was like, all right, you're done. He's like, I swear to God, because we would get so many notifications, and he'd be like, he's like, I can't handle it anymore, I'm done. So
another question, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So I actually see myself getting an opportunity to do red carpet interviews.
Nice. Listen, when you
it's not even that I feel like I'm manifesting it, but it's
remember us little guys. Like, hey, we just want to see you from the streets.
The nosebleeds.
Yeah. We don't need tickets. We just want to see.
I think it's amazing because I do get some opportunities, sometimes, and even though with work and stuff it's hard to do, and obviously my relationship and everything too, we want to do everything professional. We want to stay together. We want to do everything correct. And we're not at that part right now where we can be like, hey, we have a microphone, we have a recorder, and we can go out to like Nashville and do one of the award ceremonies. But the opportunity is we do get opportunities to be a part of an interview or a red carpet or anything. So I would like to basically just be taught or shown how to exactly portray myself on it and be part of doing red carpet interviews. Because I see myself doing that, as I love to talk and promote different things, and probably designers and stuff. As soon as I'm told what they are, I can remember in a heartbeat. Because I also did acting, so I'm great at monologues and skits and theater and everything like that.
I can see yourself in 5 years doing that. I think.
Obviously, my radio show still, but I feel like I would be known more for higher portraying, and maybe then I can get some nice designers and stuff to sponsor me, Versace or someone.
Listen, I'm honored that you came.
Especially for Hamilton Radio.
Yeah, right.
Put that Versace paycheck in Ruben's account.
I don't know if he's listening or laughing.
I don't know
He's
either.
He's gotta be. Yeah, he's laughing.
Okay,
he's
good.
laughing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ruben, our wonderful producer. I mean, he's got the big heart of gold. Love that guy.
And I
Big
feel like
shout-out.
it's also when you're in the industry as you and me, I kind of feel like I was also born with a sixth sense where I have the intention and I feel when something is right and something is wrong. And when sometimes it's right, it's not even that it feels just right. It's like something is still off, whereas like something has to be changed in order for it to be perfect. And that comes in time when, different people you talk to as you feel they're eerie, something's wrong, something doesn't sound that right, something sounds like a scam or suspicious. Yeah. And then there's things when people come up to you and you're like, oh my God, like I just literally was talking to Chris about this and this guy walked in, he's talking about the same thing, and it's like we're all manifesting on the same, universe that we're all debating on what we want.
We just did.
And it's insane.
As a radio personality and a media
You like
creator,
that pen, don't you?
No. It's in front of me. He threw it in front of me. As a radio personality, I lost. Oh my God! You threw me off the pen, Ruben. I don't have the pen no more.
As a radio personality,
what is your favorite radio personality, or do you have one?
Really? Like just who you like listening to?
Yeah, anybody on radio, anybody.
In general, besides podcasts and stuff, I don't listen to any of that besides music. So I have to say my dad or Ruben when they were on the show, because I grew up listening to my dad a lot because he had the show. He started having the station when I was born with me and my sister. And we listened to a lot of, obviously, independence, variety music. That was like, amazing back then. It still is, but it's like you don't hear a great combination of it now on the radio and everything. So Hamilton Radio is the best, so make sure you tune into it. Yes. But Ruben also gave us the opportunity because he would teach us how to do, if you know Iron Horse Films in general, he's a movie film person. Exactly. And besides doing scripts and different things, he would teach me how to be great on the radio, different things. So there were times where he had to do commercials on here, and I just remember how funny it is sometimes when you think of that, because it's all mistakes. We're all human. Mm-hmm. So I learned from both them. There's really no one. My favorite comedian is Rob Schneider, but he wasn't on radio. You know what I mean? Like, it's just different things that you listen to and grow up with. But Doc G, my father on Hamilton Radio, Ruben Rodriguez, they taught me. They breeded me.
I
learned a lot.
I think that I'm a better radio personality because of Ruben.
He's strict. Of course he's going to be strict, right? He needs to be. You can't just have anybody randomly walk in the studio and act like they own this place.
Well, we've almost had that.
We've had that many times, but I'm saying they
had
have to
that.
be strict about it
Yes.
because like you deal with a situation where it is officially like the part where they're like, oh, I own this place. I could say what I want. I could say this, but actually, just kidding. We're family friendly and we're better than most of the radio stations out there because I don't like listening to crap. I don't like listening to cursing. I'm so annoyed of it when it's in every single thing that I listen to on the radio. I just listen to country music or my dad's station.
I listen to country. I've never
love
thought
country.
I never thought I would actually listen to country, and I actually do listen to country now.
It just
I don't
brings you
listen to a lot
back.
of
It
it.
makes you feel like you want to be a Nashville baby.
Well,
It's storytelling.
listening to country just allows me, as an artist, I'm a DJ, so it allows me to think outside the box, because, I'm listening to certain genres, and when you listen to country, like, whoa, wait a minute, it tunes your ear differently. I just
It's storytelling. It's more mind opening. I think it also gives you the opportunity to believe in yourself more than half the music out there in the world. And it has more confidence in it where it's like you can see something, you can manifest something in a song if you just listen to it.
Absolutely.
So I think with the
absolutely.
storytelling part, it just comes out easy. And then it's more convenient to like listen to it and just, I don't know, feel good about yourself.
And one more time, where can they see your show?
So they can go to
Every Tuesday?
facebook.com. We're live every Tuesday from 6:30 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time PM. And it's the Dani Perro Show on Facebook. We are currently also working on our website, so it's under construction. I think mid-June we'll have the release, so stay tuned for that. And then we're also on Facebook for any of the previous shows. With Jersey Calling, I believe they're the previous show on there. They're amazing. You should have them. They're a pop punk band in Asbury Park as well.
Yeah, let me know.
They're incredible. Really good. Ruben can tell you all about them. They are like 6-piece pop punk band here, and they're incredible.
Are they stationed out here?
They are stationed in one of them live in Deptford. They live
where
far
they-
away, but they're all in New Jersey.
But where do they go play mostly?
So
Asbury Park?
Pennsylvania, Asbury, Deptford,
You have to give
different
me the- you
places,
have to give
because
me
they're
the-
actually open. They're the openers of MMR Barbecue in Camden this September.
Oh, really?
And I'm actually going with Chris to support them because we love them and they're really talented. But I love Hailstorm because they're also the
I
open.
literally wanted to go to the MMR barbecue, just never.
There's so many great bands.
You gotta give me the. You gotta give me.
So
the
if you go
date.
to events like that and you get a chance to listen to openers, if you don't know who they are, you can also scout them that way. That's what we always do.
I like bands. I used to work in a nightclub, and I was so saturated with bands that when I left that, when I left that scene, not that I left it completely.
Yeah.
I left that particular scene. I wasn't always seeing the band, so now I'm craving. I'm like, I want to go see a band.
Or you want to like find somebody that you like, you like or listen to or like understand their music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, being home, I've been home for months, so I'm trying to get out.
So Jersey Calling is on my Facebook page, but they're incredible. You should definitely check them out.
I'm gonna check them out.
They're
I
really good.
appreciate it.
Vinny and Josh and his wife or his girlfriend, I think they're engaged if I'm not mistaken, or they're married. Oh, Chris told me, I don't remember. But they're really incredible. They're so nice and fun, unique. I mean, they all work together. It's amazing when it gets like that. So that's where you can find me.
Listen, everybody, it's a humbling experience to have Dani here from the Dani Perro Show. It's amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. You have any shout outs for viewers?
I have Alan Greenstein tuning in. Alan, you're amazing. I appreciate everything you've been doing. He's part of the Bella Levy Foundation with me, and he also is a part of Our Creatives, which is his account. He's also one of the filmmakers and film shows that we previously just saw. Oh, goodness. In Smodgeville Castle. I don't remember what town that was in exactly, but he was one of the film directors in the film. I was like, I see your hashtag, I see your logo. Oh my God, this was an amazing film that he was a part of. And then I actually had another guest that was part of one of the films that I saw in another film festival. And I was like, oh my God, I know like 3 people in this whole film festival. Shout out to Christopher for always being there supporting me, my manager, and my love. Shout out to my father, Ruben, everyone that helped me build myself from Hamilton Radio. I couldn't say thank you enough. I'm super excited for what the future holds. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. We are booked up to January of 2025 as right now. So if anyone is interested in being on the show, you guys can contact us on the Dani Perro Show on Facebook. Christopher will respond when he has time. And that's pretty much it. Thank you, Ralph, for having me.
Listen, thank you.
It was incredible being here.
Thank you for.
I don't get an opportunity to ever be behind a mic, so this is
right.
What the hell?
Well, I mean, this. I try to like scout on our station who I feel, and I'm not sure. I think I've mentioned that when I said you should come on my show, and I don't know if I just mentioned. Did I mention it or something like that?
You posted on Facebook, and you were like, you're looking for a guest, and I was like, maybe I could be a guest.
And I don't know. Maybe maybe a year ago or something.
Like 2 weeks ago.
No, but I think I may have asked.
Oh, you may have asked prior.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
well maybe, but it came up a little bit later, than expected.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, there's different events and festivals you want to look into as a radio host, where you just get the opportunity to go there and network. Like Chris and I are going to the vegan festival in Asbury this weekend, Saturday and Sunday it is. We're going to try a whole bunch of vegan food. We're going to get a lot of food trucks and vendors and different things that we can help with. Maybe get them on the show next year. See if they can come here. Sometimes people like to bring food. Correct. So when we have that type of thing, you'll hear probably from Ruben, because there'll be like 10,000 people here when they bring food. And just kind of see whatever we can do next. I mean, as long as we grow together, we're all in the right mind.
That's it.
And I think I've been mentioning this a lot because I do. And this is a Picsou bracelet that my whole family and Chris have. This is how you manifest. And if you guys are interested in also learning more about this, you can contact us. My dad can give you that information as well. See what we can do for you. But just dream big and just know that anyone out there always can try to get you, but you have to know your true self.
I always believe in yourself. That's what I mean. Always believe in yourself. Listen, like, subscribe, and share. Comment below. Let me know what you think. If you want to be, you want to watch our show, comment, or watch the show for the information. Again, Dani Perro from the Dani Perro Show. She is amazing. She grew up in radio, since she was 3. It's amazing, it's a humbling, and it's an honor to have her on here with us. So appreciate you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Incredible having you. Who's your guest next week? The next show.
I'm working on
upcoming. Okay.
Yeah, I'm working.
Stay tuned. You'll post about it.
I'm trying to make sure I'm not on call that night because my work schedule is crazy. This is In My Circle with Ralph, and I appreciate you. Check out the other shows we have, and of course watch this show and watch her shows. Thank you. We're out. Peace.
Bye.